Hi, Izzy. Happy to see you here. Haven't seen you a couple days, or maybe even a week. Are we on? Everything good? So, gosh, where to start? Everything is so ick, and, and it's ick everywhere. So, there's truly no words left to describe what's happening in this world today, and for that matter, since the beginning of time. The more I dig, the more disgusted I get. The more I see the real time actions of people ruling the world, I get a bit more nervous. Knowledge is power, guys. No one is half the battle. I have to believe there is more good than evil. I have to believe that. We all do. I have to believe speaking up, even if you don't have a big super channel. I don't. It's important. Yeah, everybody has to speak, and even if it's through social media posts, however you got to do it, got to be done. The government has been trying so hard for so long to make us believe things are one way via the mainstream media. Everything is built on lies. You know, you live in a effed up world when if you feel something needs to be reported or investigated by, my first thought is now, who the hell do we call? I know I'm not counting on good old Kash Patel to investigate nothing. In my opinion, allegedly, all I have seen from him thus far is being caught writing a movie script with Dan Bongino regarding Charlie Kirk's death, creating false flags and patsies, covering up the Jeff files. Not exactly remotely even close to someone I would call to help in any situation. The only thing I can do is keep digging, keep exposing any and everything I find. If they aren't targeting our children with deadly vaccines or trafficking for their sick purposes, then they're targeting them in our public schools. Misinformation, outright lies, changing history. The place where you have stumbled on to their plan or you pose a threat to them, then you get unalived. Make no mistake, Epstein was a agent for Israel. Real. Get tired of that one. Sent here to pull in all the disgusting sick fucks high in power or wealthy to document them doing all the nasty shit they did to women and children. And having the power over the entire system, which is exactly what is happening now. It's real. Has no limits to what they will do to get to their end goal of ruling the world. God's chosen people, and oddly, they play the victim all the time. This government has been ruled by them for so long and at the expense of so many innocent Americans. 9/11 and all the warnings before and after, and still to come. Erika Kirk being named one of the 16 member panel in the U.S. Air Force Academy. No qualifications needed. Apparently, just the title of a grieving widow. Working her way up to president, no doubt, and Bibi running our country without even trying to hide it. Meanwhile, Charlie is dead, Jeff appears to still be alive, and our kids are never safe. Goals, people. We're not the chosen ones, so clearly our lives and that of our children don't mean shit. They're sending our kids over to the war. Well, it's, my bad, not a war. Forget that. And I don't know how that makes you feel, but it's disturbing to me. And Erica, I if just being a grieving widow qualifies you to be appointed this position over the Air Force Academy. That's actually mind-blowing to me. Deeply disturbing. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with a video that I'm probably gonna get copyright struck on, but we're doing it anyway. And the link is in the description below. It's by Janet Usselbard and Cynthia Cotier. And I don't know why I paid for the subscription and all that, but for some reason I keep getting copyrighted. And it's something to do with the French music in the background, but it's meant to be shared and told. It's the whole reason, so we're gonna do that. Sick.
He is heavily into buying shares and thus influence in big companies such as Apple, Twitter, Alphabet, Amazon, and Alibaba. Companies that have massive influence in the area of tracking apps, global surveillance, facial recognition, and spyware. His part in Alphabet and Twitter explains the absurd level of censorship we encounter when posting or searching for anything controversial about vaccinations, and currently...
I have to tell you, after digging into this and finding this and learning this, it's got me rethinking so much. Like, I am so grateful for things like In Carol with the Buyer app. But, I mean, it's Bill Gates. Bill Gates, I mean, he owns everything. And then, there's just no words to adequately describe me digging into what they dug into and her showing you how to do it, just how disturbing it is. Yes, it's awesome. Like, Ian is doing the work, man. He is seriously, he's putting it out there and trying so that we don't have to deal with this, because they run everything. They literally run everything. As I sit here and think about it, Microsoft.
COVID-19. Own the internet, and you own the public opinion.
Facts.
Amazon has been under fire for having the exact same weirdness on their website as Wayfair. In case you missed the Wayfair scandal, here's what happened. Researchers found this.
Right? Yes. I don't know. You might have been lucky, Miss. I don't even know how to say your name. Swedner. I wasn't as fortunate to grow up with a mother or grandparents, so I had to teach myself. But yeah, because it is that bad. Nah. I don't think so. I mean, when all the research is done and it keeps coming back to the same thing over and over and over and over again, you tend to have to start believing it. And it unfortunately it does come back to Israel a lot. Quite a lot. And I didn't even know. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And it's not all. That's the thing is they accuse us of collectively saying everybody, but that's not what any of us mean. Yes. It's not all. And that's where I was just going. It is definitely not all. No. It is the chosen upper elite people, just, it's no different than Bill Gates or, you know, no, they're not responsible for all of it. So if that's how I came off, that was not what I intended. Just like there's bad apples here, there's bad apples there, and I have no hate for anybody. Like I said, but I do see a pattern. Yeah, Ian does a lot of research, so and he usually has the sources to back it up. And I know the last episode I seen of his, he was took web down and he was gonna input the 9/11 files, and I think that's gonna be really interesting. I think we're gonna see some things that we didn't really have a clue about, unfortunately.
In the pursuit of child traffickers.
Yes.
Ridiculously high prices for average products.
No, I don't think it means all either. Not at all. Dude, Ian is the most humble, kind person there is. I mean, it's not a Jewish thing. It's not a Muslim thing. It's a everybody thing. It's a power trip thing. It's a elite thing. It's people that mean to do people harm. That's the problem. It is a lot of work. Okay, so I come from Tennessee. I'm in Indiana right now, but I don't live here. And oh my gosh, the first time I ever did a garden, we did a massive garden. And my kids hated me for so long over that garden, man. There was so much weeding, and we had tomatoes and peppers, and uh, they hated it. The kids are like, "No, no more garden." Oh, I love Tennessee. I'm here in Indiana because my husband travels for work, but home is Tennessee. It is a ridiculous amount of work. The kids hated it, and I have boys too, so I only have the 2 girls that are left at home. So the boys really got the run in of having to go out and do a lot of weeding and yeah. But I think that's the smart way to go is your own garden. And I mean, you can make your own herbs, grow your own herbs and spices, and that's all better anyway because then you don't have all the extra added crap in it. And I don't know if y'all have kids in the public school. I think you know my stance on that. I pulled my kids from public school. Yeah, and I don't we didn't do strawberries. I think we attempted to do watermelon, and that was kind of an epic fail. I think maybe we got one, but man, the tomatoes and jalapeno peppers, we were able to make salsa for ever. Good. I am so glad to hear that. It's so cool, isn't it? It's something that I don't think anybody really truly thinks about, and then once you do it and you got your baby at home, and it's so much better. It is so much better. It's gonna be so much better for, is it a boy? Whether it's a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be better. And it's you and them time, and you get to determine what you want your child being yeah. Great, even better. You get to determine what you want your child to be influenced by and told, and because we know that the curriculum is changing history. Obviously, they need the basics of reading, writing, and math, but everything else, that's up to the parents. And I have a very strong-willed husband that he has several degrees, and they we went through a faith prep academy in Ohio, I believe, and they were teaching some nonsense in social studies, I believe, and he went on there and wrote an essay to one of the girls' teachers and was online. That he had her so baffled that she was just like, so we ended up having to just even take him out of that too, because even that was it was a stretch. I don't know. Taking the kids from the school is the best thing that we could have ever done. Eat. I mean, there's so many things that they're being exposed to, and I like the girls that are still home. One just graduated, which is Ray. Her in particular, she's super uber smart, and she always strived. So she went to public school when she was in kindergarten through 4th grade, I want to say. And the child was all about school. Like, she had to be on the honor roll. She couldn't miss a day of school. She had to have perfect attendance. But we were constantly being called into the counselor's office because they were concerned about how much was being put on her from all the other kids, like socially, like kids that were cutting or whatnot. Which I want my child to be the child that is got empathy and there for people, but it can't be at the cost of her mental health. Well, well, private. Yeah, well, I can tell you this. It was a private online Christian school that the girls were in, and we didn't have to. We did. I mean, my husband just outright said, "Yeah, no, we don't do that, and you're not going to bully us." And that's exactly how they've gotten away with it for so long. Is well, if you want your kids to get an education, and it's not even really about do you want your kids to get an education, because we know that if we don't give our kids an education, one of us is going to jail. So it's a bullying thing, and I have daughters, and there's zero chance they will ever get the Gardasil or any of that. Never. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I would lose my mind. What teacher thinks it's okay to ever have that conversation with somebody else's child under no circumstances? Oh, have you noticed a difference? Because my girls are all my boys were vaccinated up until they didn't get it. None of my kids have gotten any of the newer stuff that came out. So they were vaccinated with what I was vaccinated as a kid. But I do have grandchildren that, well, I'm not allowed to talk to, but they're not vaccinated. Due for 10 shots? Oh no. No. Hell no. There is a way to fight the I don't know if you want your kid in a school, there is there is ways to fight that, whether it's through religion or religious beliefs, or that's what that's where we drew the line when COVID hit and the girls went back to school for, I want to say it was 3 days, and they were being forced to wear masks, and they were still constantly being messages sent home about being exposed, being exposed, being exposed. I was like, oh no, it's done. What child has to sit in a classroom for 7, 8 hours wearing a mask? I'm not doing it. Hurdles. Okay, I will. Uh, I know, and then I know from experience that if you don't vaccinate your kids, then the doctors don't wanna see them either. So, my son that has the kids he travels for work as well, and because of the traveling and they don't vax their kids, they're not even able to get them into a public school, let alone do any doctors wanna see them. It's crazy. It's all just one big they're all tied together just trying to make money off of each other. Yes. Absolutely. I agree. And there's plenty of them. Totally. There's so many of them. There really is. And my husband's big on the whole he does vitamin D shots, and gosh, I mean, I couldn't even get into all that. It's so much. But yeah, I don't even know what to say about how do you handle that? Because number one, I've never been to California. I don't agree with that at all, though. I would definitely not have my kids there in school. And be honest with me, have you guys heard of this the Wayfair scandal when it happened? I never heard of it. I had never heard of it. I don't know how that is. And knowing if you knew who my husband was, it's mind blowing. I never heard it, and nothing ever, to my knowledge, came of it. Oopsies, it was just error. But as you see on the screen, this is I mean I don't know how that could be error. And then it goes on to Amazon as well. What that is crazy. Yeah. 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 Yep. I'm gonna tell you, after I watched this yesterday, I think it was, or day before, I went on Amazon and did exactly how she said to do it, and it's still all over Amazon. I was like, "What? What the hell? How?" And I know that these people have contacted the FBI, which, that's a joke. And this is what they get told. Oh, the kids that were supposedly missing that coincided with these stories were fake, or they contacted and said, "Hey, I'm not missing, I'm home." I mean, really? Really?
Upon investigation, the names of these products turned out to correspond with missing children.
cabinet for $14,000.
Coincidence? Absolutely, according to the fact-checkers. But they connected the products to the wrong children. Any other leads? Yes. Remember this sofa with its weird price? Well, guess what? These numbers are the actual coordinates of Epstein Island. Little St. James, Pedo Island, Orgy Island, it goes by many names. And look at the name of the sofa. She was the consort of convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. She's now in custody and singing like a canary.
So she's now in custody. That's questionable. And I know she got a puppy. So if it's even her that's really in custody, I have my doubts. Oh, I'm sure. We probably had to sign an NDA. Probably well aware of how easy it is to become unalived over some shit like that. Right? Yes. I'm scared for that puppy too. He had to have a puppy. In what world does somebody go down for all the disgust? That was one of the things that I seen in actually one of the photos that I found in the files was how well she treated her dog. Like the dog had winter shoes on and warm, and I just couldn't help but sit there and think, wow. I mean, well, I'm glad you're not abusing a dog. Those girls can't say the same thing. And the things that they did are horrific. Absolutely horrific. I mean, if this is what causes, if this is the outcome of people that have too much money and too much, they've already experienced so many highs that they got a result to doing shit like this, I don't want no part of it. It is absolutely horrific. It's terrifying. It's scary. It's sick. And most normal people can't even wrap their head around it. I can't even get through watching some of these videos without just being completely disgusted and completely feeling like ick. Like, and sometimes I don't even want to cover it because it just puts me in a mood. And to think that, Jeff goes to jail and whatever happened there happened, and we know that he worked for Israel. And I think unfortunately he not only did he have his weird fetishes, but he came over here and he got a hold of all the weirds over here and he got all the dirt on him. And it's still being used until all these people freaking die off or are no longer here. It's going to be a thing. Yes. Did you see the girls, some of the women get up and do the interview the other day? So they're saying they're going to release names. I mean, it's how they get away with doing it. So when it starts getting close and they are under pressure and might have to start releasing stuff, they start a war. Or some false flags are going off all over the place, which is what's happening. Anything to distract from this. How many generations does it have to go before this is no longer a thing? Because it's rampant.
Meaning, she has given the investigators a list with a lot of names belonging to the people who joined her on the Lolita Express.
She gave what
private jet
benefited her.
Little St. James, where they collectively raped and list with hundreds of names of members of the elite. Fact. Hidden meaning of the name Wayfair. Wave plus fair. Fact. Bill Gates on the passenger list of Epstein's private plane. Fact.
He's creepy. Both are actually creepy.
Bill Gates denying being a friend or business associate of Epstein. Fact.
Something went terribly wrong in that guy's life. I don't know where, how, why, but he's disgustingly rich and he does nothing but try to traumatize kids. And the vaccines so the polio vaccine, him over there in India and Africa, giving it to them orally, and it just causing paralysis and thousands, and it's permanent. It doesn't go away. He's never held responsible because he's covered. The people that make it for him maybe get fired or whatever, and meanwhile, no compensation to the families that are over. It's seriously, it had me so upset seeing some of these kids on the videos. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's weird. Chickens too. There's a whole chicken thing about him. Yeah. Yeah, that would be him.
Stands for. And by the way, there were Gates Foundation employees who were horrified when they realized what Jeffrey Epstein had done and was saying, we don't want to have anything to do with this, and yet the project went on.
And what is the Gates explanation for this?
That it was all about philanthropy, that Bill Gates just wanted to find new sources of money.
Not very smart, Bill. The evidence is there. It will not go away. Gates and Epstein met on several occasions to discuss philanthropy issues. Let me guess. I'll bet they wanted to do more to protect little girls and young women, right? If this is ever brought before a judge, Gates will be found guilty and spend the rest of his days in Guantanamo Bay.
I'd like to see
That
that.
is, if he doesn't get the death penalty. Back to the internet. Back to Gates' huge investments in companies such as Amazon that has been under investigation ever since the Wayfair scandal. Amazon is notorious for its censorship of books and documentaries about child trafficking and pedophilia.
I had my daughter actually clip some of this out because it did show. It was just under no circumstances was I going to put anything suggestive on a child, even if it's about the story. I just couldn't do it. So she clipped out, which is why we were a little bit running late. I was like, I cannot. And it was an Amazon purchase, but I was like, no, somewhere some sick fuck would be happy to screenshot it or something.
They do sell this kind of items, though. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Well, maybe not when you realize that upon further investigation, we discovered that Amazon has the exact same interesting price-quality ratio for some products as Wayfair.
$1,000 for that onesie. I don't know what 3-month-old child you give a Luma stick to, but no. 3 months and up.
Maybe it's time for the investigative unit into child trafficking to investigate ball.com too. Oh, and Alibaba? Adrenochrome. Pages full of adrenochrome. Remember the highly adrenalized blood of children caused by severe trauma? The special wine that gives you eternal life?
Yes, that's what happens. Yeah, that is exactly what happens. So if you go through and get to the where you gotta pay, yeah, you go to that special website. We were just talking about it earlier. Ray, she was like, why don't we, because we were looking on Amazon. We did a whole lot of Amazon looking, and let me tell you, it's plentiful. She's like, I wonder what happened if we go ahead and go all the way through. I was like, not a chance in hell are we doing it. I wouldn't even sign into my Amazon. But yeah, she even got herself an education on what adrenochrome is. Right? Right? We'd have people knocking on the door. Like, we're just trying to check out what you sick are doing. And yeah, we'd have the people knocking on the door trying to arrest us. Yeah, we'd be in jail. Or on some watch list, no doubt. This is disturbing to me. And this is one of the reasons why I want to hit Arizona so bad, is because I've been seeing so many weird little things that are popping up on the news, and they don't talk about it enough. But I definitely have the ability to run people, and I do. And it started with Charlie Kirk, not running him, but the Charlie Kirk case, and the people I ran that are associated have so many LLCs that come back to like group homes. And then I started digging into that, and it just got bigger and bigger past Charlie into, group homes for children that are placed there because they don't have parents or whatever. Oh, good God. Not 105? No. No, why? Why is it so hot there? Hey, tell her what you said about the cactuses, Halo. Or Ray, my bad. Y'all don't have grass, do you? You can't have grass because it would catch on fire at 105 degrees. Is it at least a different kind of heat? Like, bearable? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like combustible. Like, I don't know. I am the kind of person that has to have it so cold in the house all the time. Till June. But still, June. How long do you have to endure that? Hey, that's my kind of that is my kind of weather right there. 65, great. We actually had well, I don't know what it was today, but yesterday it was almost 70. But we're about to get more snow. So you do get grass. I don't know. I feel like every news article I've ever seen or video on the news, nobody ever has grass. I'm like, why is there no grass? Okay. Yeah. I lived in Florida as a kid and that was miserable. So I'm assuming that was humid and wet. Yes. I do want I've never been to those parts, like that side of the world really. I've Tennessee, Michigan, Ohio, these northern states. But yeah, I'm not a big heat fan. Back to when it started getting warm the other day, the kids complain and say it's cold in here, but then when it gets hot, they're like, I hate summer. I wanted to go back to winter. I'm like, you know what? I'm down to go to Alaska. In San Francisco, eh? It's cold to you. Hey, 40 to 65 all year is perfect for me. If you know of a place, I am there and all about it. Oh no, I can't do the summer in Arizona. Well, apparently not even spring. 105. Those are do you get warnings there? If it's 105 degrees, do you have a heat advisory? Yeah. I actually want to I wouldn't mind coming. I've never been and I found on Ancestry I think it's my mom's brother's daughter lives there. You didn't like so you didn't like California? Hey, it's massive. It's hard to even say what I know my husband's been, but I don't know. It's awfully big. And the cost of living is like drastically different than here or most places around here. Like I can't even imagine what rent would go for on an average house or an Airbnb. What would an Airbnb be there? So we stay in a lot of Airbnbs. I checked out Arizona. They seem to be reasonable. What about Cali? Well, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, even though I assume because of the cost of living being so much higher there that the, minimum wage is probably drastically different than it is here too. Oh, hi, Bill. So you have stayed at an Airbnb in Cali? This is not our house. It is technically an Airbnb, but it's a long-term stay. Let me think. It's technically a 3-bedroom, but this would be considered the 4th bedroom, but it's weird. It's like a tri-level house, so like we have a lower living room that is technically underground, and then we actually have a basement too, and then the upper level, and then there's an upper level. It's weird. Like in the basement, you can walk right out onto a patio into the yard. It's kind of weird. For as flat as Indiana is. Oh wow. I heard Oregon's beautiful. Air's good. That's what I was getting at. So this house, they originally wanted us to pay $2,400 a month. And I think we went down to 17 because it wasn't to my standard. We had to put money into it. It's not even ours. It's so weird. She said sort of, kinda, ish. You'll take my house? Or you'll take sort of. You can have the house. You can have Indiana. Not a big fan. I'm sorry if anybody hears it from Indiana. I seem to always put my foot in my mouth over that. And listen, I can't talk shit about Arizona or Utah, really, for that matter, because I've never been to either one of them. I just know that the research I do, a lot of weird shit comes out of there.
Now, of course, when Alibaba, Amazon, Wayfair, and Bol.com were approached about these strange facts, they all claimed it was nothing but glitches in the software.
A lot of glitches.
Doesn't exactly explain this, does it? We could elaborate extensively on this topic, and we will in the near future. But right now, we are focusing on the demise of Bill Gates.
She
If
really
you
means
wish
that.
to do your own research, here are a few hints and tips. Take, for instance, the rocking chair.
So yes, she popped off with, here's some few tips that she gave me and my daughter. Oh, big mistake, because now I'm quite frankly contemplating getting rid of my Amazon account. And we so use Amazon a lot. It's disturbing.
We found it by just choosing a department in the main menu. We changed sort by to price high to low. The rocking chair popped up, on top of the list. Curious price to say the least. So we copied the article description, pasted it into a new tab, and chose images. The same product appeared, sold by a different company. Click and find the normal price.
I've actually been to Iowa. That's one place I have been. Trying to think of Des Moines. I went to Des Moines. Yeah. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. I have a garage full of boxes from Amazon. It's so convenient. Oh, really? I liked it there. It was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't think I was going to, but I did. Right. It's true. I was kind of actually trying to give Amazon the benefit of the doubt because you know how anybody can go on there and sell through Amazon. However, that would mean that they're not very good at keeping up with safety and whatever. Because it is still plentiful on there. Like it's unbelievable.
We went back to the Amazon version. What else caught our eye? Ships from and sold by something nobody can pronounce. That's weird. So we typed it into a new tab and found this.
Me and my
clicked on
daughter
the
came up with
top
something
one
close to that.
and
It's
got
not that,
this.
but close to it.
The first three, no prices. Number 4, interesting, ridiculous price. So once again, we copied the article description, pasted it into a new tab, and chose images. The same product appeared, sold by a different company. Click and voila, the normal price. We went back to the Amazon version. What else caught our eye? The name of the manufacturer. Click. Once again, strange names. Click. Etc., etc. This is how it works. You are led from page to page. It works like a puzzle. They use codes and keys in order to lead you to the end product. And by that time, you are asked for your credit card data and more personal information. That's when we stopped. This is for the FBI to dive into.
I'm not real confident about that statement with the FBI, but, you know. No, I didn't see that, Bill. You're killing me. I like Amazon. Or I did. I mean, they have found a way to infiltrate just about everywhere and everything. I don't think anything's safe anymore. That takes it to a whole new level for me. How much more in our face could that be? It's so disgusting. There's really no words. I know. Which was nobody ever gets convicted. Nobody ever has to pay. Nobody ever takes responsibility. Nobody. It's disturbing. Yeah, we pay. Absolutely. And so did the victims. Yep. Sadly. Never in my life did I ever think I would live in a place where you could go shop online and order a human or adrenochrome. It's just not a thing that normal people think about. And clearly there's no concern of being caught or, I mean, because nothing ever happens. That's the problem. Nothing ever happens.
The same happened, by the way, when we searched for adrenochrome. A few months ago, Alibaba simply took you straight to their offers. But when we tried it again, everything had been deleted. No results. But when you simply go through their entire offer, there we are again. This time, however, one word has been added. Semicarbazone or carbazochrome. Two separate words, so why can't we search for adrenochrome? And why are they used together when they are not the same thing? Weird. We decided to use our old screenshots to see what caught our eye. Low prices for something so extraordinary. Minimum amount to purchase 10 tons? And a possible lead to the suppliers. The suppliers seemed professional. But look, Alibaba. And when we tried to buy the product, we were led straight back to Alibaba's website.
Never heard of Alibaba either.
Is this because the company only and exclusively sells
live in a
via
bubble.
Alibaba? We find that hard to imagine. So we searched again. Did we miss something? Well, yes, we did. A bit further down is the supplier without the Alibaba link. But that took us to an entirely different company. Same name, different website, and nothing but an empty shell. A smokescreen.
Craziness.
We checked out each and every so-called supplier of Alibaba. And they were all...
Okay. Have any of y'all shopped on Alibaba? I know. I with having these two girls, I've always kept it like real with them and told them, I mean, not details like, you know, this, but I've always been super cautious with the girls. And now my one that graduated, she does a lot of this with me. She won't get on camera. Will you, Ray? And she is an adult. At least I have to acknowledge she's an adult. But she's been actually watching this, and she does all my editing. Does all my thumbnails. And all that other good stuff. Don't you, Ray? Probably not listening. So if I needed help, right? Aw. Yeah, see? Come on, Ray. She's not listening, which means if I needed help, she would not be here to help me. I'm on my own. Look, she's still not saying nothing. Oh no. Where are you, daughter? Oh, there you are. Get off the TikTok. He's awesome. I mean, Ray, do you hear that? That would be your psycho cat trying to break through my door. Ah! Christ. Come say hi. Ray is in the room, I'm just saying. Shauna over here, sister. Hi. Over more. I did. Say hi. He said, well, she's compromised. Yeah, she's compromised. She's a great, I was going to say kid, but she's an adult. I got to stop saying kid. She said, I can see Ray's ear. She won't. Well, I can't even say why. So, someone that she used to talk to seems to still follow me. And actually, I just got an email. So, SJ, if you're listening, I just seen your email today. Thank you for emailing me. It's so very sweet of you. Sorry that my daughter is not a fan. Take some talks. Just invite the vampire be bright. I try to tell her. I tell the other one too. I'd never liked TikTok even before any of that. But yeah, no. I'm like, you do know. You might as well just invite him in. Yeah. She is definitely my kid. That's my baby. She is my first daughter. After having boys only, I didn't think I was capable of ever having a girl. And it is challenging sometimes, man. I didn't think it would be quite, it's like a mini me, getting mouthy with myself. I had one, but I never actually went on it. She manages it. I do actually have a TikTok. I don't do anything with it. Yeah, I have Instagram too for that reason. I look like a very sociable person, but I'm not. Yeah. I used to scroll through and watch reels sometimes, but I don't know. It's like Facebook and any other social media. I have Facebook, but I don't really go on there. I'll post pictures for family. That's about it. Because otherwise, it's just, I don't know. You see people complaining or fighting. You always get dragged into it. I'm good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am. I'm very grateful for my girls. Well, all my kids. Not the one that's keeping my grandchildren from me right now. Just saying. And I hope he does watch it. I'm okay with that. It has, I don't think it has anything to do with him. I think it has to do with his the mother of his children. Never in my life did I think that one of my children's spouses would have that kind of power or control. Yes. Yes, daughter, you know. Oh. Ugh. Dude, I could not imagine that many girls. Yeah. I can't imagine that many girls living in one house. I mean, I have three of us, but these two, oof, they really keep me on my toes. And I know their dad'll hear this. They're so mean to him. Boys are easy. My boys, I have such a good relationship with them, except for the one that is pulling my grandchildren from me. I love him, but I don't like him right now. All right, I'm lost. Oh yeah, TikTok is okay. I was gonna say, what is? She's still sitting in here too, by the way. She just chooses not to take part of the video. She could sit in a chair behind me. Yeah, definitely. I have a sister and I had two brothers. One, the oldest boy, died. I don't even think he was even 40. But our mom died when she was, I think she had just turned 40, so I was little. I'm the baby. So I don't really have a whole lot of memory. And then I became a ward of the state. I thought it was bad when China owned it. It's way worse now. Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. You know, that's what's bothering me so much about the whole situation. And I never thought that we could ever get to a point where that would happen, because him in particular and his kids have really, the kids have been with me since birth, really. But me and my siblings, we got split up. So I lived mostly in Florida. They stayed in Michigan, and then we came back together at 18 or 19, and now we're separated again. Although my brother gets on here. Sometimes he's in the room. And that's it. I got a very small family. That was it. The rest of the fam is gone. So I've had to experience through my husband him losing his mother, and then dad getting sick not long ago. Oh gosh. It's not something I remember experiencing, so yeah, I don't know. Totally different having to deal. I knew it was going to be hard for him. He lost his mom. And he's half Cuban, so the girls are quarter Cuban. So my mother-in-law was an amazing cook. Holy hell. He took all of you? 20 years ago. That's like one of my phobias is going on a cruise. I won't do it. I don't like it. I won't do it. I can't do long plane rides either. I don't like not having control because it's not like when, one of those things you can say, pull over. I'm feeling anxious. Let me out. You can't. Or if you do, you might look crazy and, well, now you might be considered a false flag for Iran. Just saying. I've seen, I don't know how you see countless freaking airports and planes being deplaned because of false flags right now. I guess I could probably switch out of this. My bad, guys. I'm not going to show any more of her depressing hard work. Yeah. I don't know if you know who they are, but they are linked in the description. Started out 2 women and there's only one left. I don't know the whole story on that. I haven't. Have not, but I will definitely look into that. I feel like I got a pretty good knack for blocking shit out because of, growing up the way that I did. But this is my own children. I don't know. Can't see it because I have it powered off. The reason it's powered off is because typically it would show my grandchildren and makes me sad. Cindy, get your girl. Where's my dude? He'll back me up. What? What do you mean? Who's your dude? Your dude. You're in here with all girls. I like it. I was so happy when I seen Lizzie. And then when Miss Sweat. Lord, I wish I could hear you so you could tell me how to correctly say your name. Oh, I know. Oh, now you're going to get her arguing. Good luck with that, Bill. If you start that. She's an adult. I can't spank her. Not that I ever did. Be nice, daughter. Is this the one I'm going to? Right? Give her. Was OS. Oh, okay. Swadener? You weirdo. You're not a dummy.
News outlets this morning. Now, what is this role? Erika Kirk has just been
Erika Kirk is a
appointed to
dummy.
the Air Force Academy Board by President Donald Trump. I thought it was a joke at first until it was confirmed by multiple news outlets this morning. Now, what is this role? The Air Force Academy Board of Visitors is a group established to review and make recommendations regarding the morale, curriculum, and other important aspects of the United States Air Force Academy. It consists of members appointed by the president and congressional leaders, and it plays a key role in overseeing the Academy's operations and ensuring it meets its educational and military goals. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How in the world is this woman even possibly qualified for the job other than by virtue, of course, of being Charlie Kirk's wife, now widow? Now, according to her LinkedIn, she claims to have a Doctor of Education and a Juris Master's degree from Liberty University, graduating summa cum laude. But the internet does what it does, and once again, as it often is with Erika, there seems to be something not right about this. Take a listen to Baron Coleman here.
The way you would try to find if somebody had the degree they claim to have. First thing you do is go and see, is there a portal where we can look and see people who graduated in given years? Well, she said she graduated in the year 2022. Her name was either Franz Bay or Kirk, so we can look them up both ways here. This is all the people, no Franz Bays in 2022 in Liberty University. So we'll try Kirk. There are some Kirks.
Just not her.
But there are no Erika Kirks. So then you start to think, well, maybe a different year? Well, trust me, we went all through all the years.
Interesting. And also, this website just popped up out of nowhere.
Oh, hell no. Wait, what? It says Vance Kirk 2028. No. I knew that's where that was going. Oh, no. But yeah.
Erika Kirk
Ooh,
has
my
just
bad.
been appointed.
Stop it, James. I mean, there's just no words. You don't have to have qualifications, and I'm sorry, but Barron definitely exposed her on her college degrees and education. She definitely is lying. Yeah, there's Candace. She's grieving. She's a grieving widow, so we have no right to ask what the hell qualifies her to a position advising our Defense Department. The Vance Kirk. Oh, good God. No. I mean, what the hell? Does it, I mean, you can't spell out, I needed to dispose of my husband so that I could be the she bitch. And this guy just absolutely gets on my nerves.
Now you've got Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens on the same day talking about Israel.
Why is his voice like that? Like, why are you making your voice like that, guy? At least try to sound manly.
Wants to force God's hand in bringing Jesus back sooner. He goes on to say, like, I don't think that God works that way. Correct. But he's saying that the Jews believe that they can force God's hand, but then to have Candace Owens come on the same day and say the same things. First of all, Candace Owens abandoned her Bride of Charlie series due to tanking rankings. Her live viewership was down 62% compared to when she launched her Bride of Charlie series. Almost like people are
They are so insane over Candace. Like, I mean, these people are legitimately going batshit crazy over Candace. And her ratings are down. Oh boy. I mean, if she had a few less people on a particular show, I mean, because, you know, she'd be getting sometimes over 1 million views. And that's what they consider ratings being down. At this point, I think they'll just brought this up. Look. We see that, boo. What her... All right, smartass. I still don't see it. Oh, okay. Here? Oh, good God. Sorry. So yeah, 2.2 million views. Well, and that wasn't the bride of Charlie. Okay, well, she did only do 783 there, but I'm thinking, you know, she's not doing that bad. Not as bad as they would like for her to be. I think they're all jealous and or paid. I absolutely cannot stand this woman. I don't know if you guys do X. But this Laura Loomer, it is her full-time job. All day, every day. If she is not on Candace, she is on Tucker. I'm trying to think of which one started going off on Baron. Oh. Paramount Tactical. That's who. Yeah. Paramount Tactical. He started they're going off on Baron. She, yeah, absolutely was. Yep. Yes, in the world, actually, yeah. Isn't X absolutely insane? Right. I don't blame you. I go on there and it is just a shit show of non-stop. One side against the other. Nobody is in agreement with anything. Everything is just, it's one side or the other. If you're against anything on X in particular that has to do with this war, or even like say Bibi, you hate all Jews, and they try to label you as that. It sucks. It really does. Yeah. Sometimes I'd be going crazy on people. Are you following me on here, Izzy? Because I get really mean sometimes. I'd be saying some hateful shit to people. No, I don't lose everything. Oh no. Not losing my account. I might. I might, because I do say some Laura Loomer. Oh, good God. So Izzy, then you know what it's like about Laura Loomer. It's like she was sent here to antagonize us and rage bait us. And she does. So if her job is to rage bait, she's got it nailed. Hands down, she has it nailed. Because she rage baits the hell out of everybody. Did everybody see? Did you guys get to see this by Blake? Because Blake is really going heavy with this. Oh, I can make that bigger. I know, dude. Okay. I didn't even know who she was. And I kept asking my daughter, I'm like, dude, I keep seeing like certain people referring to her as Larry Loomer. So then I, went in and checked her out. And I'm like, I mean, it looks like a girl. And I didn't get it. I ended up having to ask somebody. And I still don't quite get it. But yeah, I do see a lot of people referring to her as Larry.
Counting gang violence. Great.
Sorry. I don't know why that was no sound and then it popped off with sound. Like, no pun intended. That's actually Gary from Paramount right there. Showing Barron's stats. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, dude, get a life. Why? Why are you busting Barron's balls? But he said lying pays big time. Baron Coleman rakes in over $12K per week. Seriously. Is this your full-time job, is to go around? And he puts a lot of work in, and quite frankly, I don't think Barron's a liar. I just don't. And then last week he said something that pissed them off, and it was, what was it? Oh, they were going to go to the ethics committee because he's, a lawyer. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's podcasting. He's not on here giving legal advice or acting like a lawyer. The hell can you go to the ethics committee like for that? Ridiculous. But they did. I don't know how. I guess you can just go in there and pull up anybody's shit and get the skibby on everything because they put him out on blast. But as you can see, maybe not in here you can't, but Brandy and Billy and me and everybody else, we weren't standing for that. We gotta stick up for the good people. Gotta stick up for the good. It's Laura Loomer. She is just everywhere. Look at her. Laura Loomer. I'm gonna tell POTUS. I'm calling POTUS, and I'm telling POTUS on Tucker, and Tucker's gonna get banned. I kind of feel like Trump is sitting somewhere in the White House, like, tell her I'm unavailable. No, you have to talk to her. And then he's like, I can't stand this bitch because she's got to be calling nonstop. Hi, Nana. I hope you had a good sleep. How is it over there? You're in Australia, right? Well, I think. What's Candace about? Gosh, as I sit here, I can't even think of what today's show was about. I know I watched part of it. I didn't watch all of it. Oh, well, about Erika being... Oh, tied to Epstein, actually. Yeah, that's right. So she did, don't quote me, but there was something to do with Erika being tied into Epstein. Wonder how Laura Loomer's gonna feel about that. She's gonna tell the president, POTUS, my bad. And she's gonna get everybody banned. I just want to tell her, shut up. Stop talking, lady. Reunion Island. You know, that just sounds like a nice place. Reunion Island. I like it. She is. So wait, what is it? Isn't that Australia? Is she not in Australia? Are you in Is she? How about Stu Peters? We all like Stu Peters. I think he's awesome. I think he has really come out boldly on X. I mean, he's much different on X than he is on Rumble. No, not Australia. You don't like him? You don't like Coach Colin? Aw, that's good. Well, that's good. She's like, oh, you suck. Bill, you don't like Coach Colin? Why are you hating on Coach Colin? He's kind of funny. And I don't know who Jacko is either. So there's Laura running her, her big important job for POTUS. Since everything is a conspiracy to you, Candace, let me explain. Before Charlie Kirk was assassinated in September, he had been selected by President Trump to serve on the Air Force Academy board last year. So apparently that qualifies Erika. I think he's pretty funny. Yeah. And I think he really he went from only doing recordings doing lives. I think it's a little challenging for him because he's got the baby, but gets on there and does it. Which, by the way, I would like to point out, that is another thing I don't miss from pulling the kids from public school. All the cooties and the germs. We have way less sickness. Way less. Really? Okay, hold on. CK. CK was removed because he never really got there to get it because he was assassinated. Or EK. If you say EK, I am going to be like, yay. Get the hell out of here. Oh, no. I mean, look at these two. Nothing says sus more than that. I must say, somebody had to have discussed with her that the gold suit and the glitter and all that wasn't going over well. Because now she's trying to pull off the mom braid, and I don't know how she's ever going to be there for her mom or her kids as a mom. Oh, really? I thought he didn't even get on. Like, he didn't live to get on there. Ooh, in the region of France. Ooh. Right? I am a stay-at-home mom. And it would make me able to, I'm not even going to speak that because I don't know. I'm not suicidal and I don't want to kill my husband. Well, maybe sometimes. Not literally. Not literally. He lives with 3 women. He gets tortured as enough. Yeah. My other daughter is 14, and the 2 of them go at it like nobody's business. It's like, oh, Jesus. Hey, who? Given the nuclear arsenal to Germany. I don't even think we're getting true and accurate updates on what's really happening over there. I caught something on X today that Bibi Netanyahu's brother was killed. And even if he was, I don't think that they would come out and say it. Did anybody else hear that? Because I have not seen anybody confirm that. There's Laura. I'm shocked Candace hasn't been banned yet. I'm shocked you haven't been banned yet, lady. Oh, because former CEO of X warns Candace to stop. I don't know what happened to freedom of speech. I see people on here saying so much nasty stuff. Candace at least speaks with intelligence. And really what it is people don't like the truth. Not when they have shit to hide, I guess. See, like that right there, I'm not okay with. U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee insists Christians are spiritually enslaved to a moral debt they owe to the Jewish people forever. Huckabee says he can't understand why so many Christians choose not to support Israel. I don't think it's that we're not supporting Israel. I don't think we are in debt to them. We're not even Jewish, and that's your God, and you're the chosen people. What if I was atheist? What does that make me? I'm not atheist, but what if I was? Would they then find me? Yeah, sometimes I am too, to be honest. I just literally had this conversation with my husband. I said, I don't know. I'm starting to get a feeling, man. Yeah, I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV. Oh, I will say I watch YouTube before going to bed. Like when I get done here or whatever at night, I have an iPad because he works long, super long hours. He's always in bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Yes, that's what's so baffling to me. I, because they were the chosen people, apparently. And people might know more about this than me because I wasn't raised religious. I do believe in God, though. Well, that's all I keep hearing is they were the chosen people. And I don't know. I always thought everybody was God's chosen people. Well, I'm grateful that you spend too much time on your laptop watching YouTube. I mean, I never heard it until I started hearing it come from all of this. Like I said, I wasn't grown. I didn't get raised with a whole lot of religion. I mean, it seems like a stretch. And quite frankly, some of these people that are doing videos come off quite arrogant and cocky and demanding of they're the chosen people. That's what I thought. Everybody was a chosen. I mean, why do they have a weird, you grew up Catholic? Oh, goodness. That's a lot of different. Yeah, me too. I don't have a lot of history on any of that. I don't. And truth is when I did start finding religion, this whole thing got, the churches got infiltrated. It disgusts me. Right behind me is Frank Turks. I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. He infiltrated our church. So that was a wrap for me. I have not gone back since. Right. Yeah, and how difficult is it to be kind to others? I mean, really and truly, I mean, for some people, it seems to be quite the challenge. But I think if you treat people how you want to be treated, I don't think nobody should feel like they're above anybody. And that is a lot of what the problem is that is happening here is these people with too much money and power. It's a power thing. And I don't believe Erika belongs anywhere near that White House. But somehow I knew that that's where it was headed. And it's almost like there was like a serious major shift when Charlie was took out. Like it just created a whole shift. And yeah, it really does. It really does. I think it's the source to all evil, really and truly. I think you can live modestly and just, I know the girls will say they were happier when we were in Tennessee with their dad having a lower end job than what he had now or has now to spend more time because, he doesn't get much time with them now. Yeah. No. I think about, Iran, all that's happening over there, and it almost makes me wonder if this was done on purpose to use our resources and weaken us, and then something bad's gonna happen. Because Bibi's no fool. And if that is the U.S. ambassador, how does he stand for the United States? Yeah. Yeah, I prefer having money over not having money too. But I think too much money, like in their realm. I don't know. Izzy, are you in their realm? I agree with I like having choices and not having to worry about bills and I like being able to jump in the car or go somewhere. Yeah. No. Hell no. That was a hell no. Yeah. It is definitely relative. I think it's just good and bad. I don't know. Seems to be a whole lot of bad. A lot of sick. Not just bad, but sick. Just downright sick people. And I don't know about them girls when they come out and did the press conference. Oh, people just get unalived anytime that it's threatened for it to come out. And if the whole goal in this war and everything was to hide this and stop it from happening, I don't know that they should have came out and said that on camera. Look at Virginia. She was suicided. She did not do that to herself, I don't believe. Well, no, that is definitely good. And to be comfortable is a good thing as well. I got it. Yeah. I know because he works for, so he does safety for GM, but he's the only person at the GM plant that is not union because safety. So he doesn't get any benefits, so we pay for our health insurance all on our own, and just for the four of us, it's quite expensive. Just for, well, we do have health, dental, and optical, but it's right at $13.50 a month. And it's not $13.50, it's $1,350 a month. Sometimes I question, like, why are we paying this? We hardly go to the doctors. Why are we paying this? Yeah, I've never been homeless, but it's been a close call. I don't know. I think I could have turned out way worse, or I could have went a completely different path. I had no supervision. I was, like I said, a ward of the state, so I didn't do drugs, I didn't drink. I did run the roads, but I wasn't doing anything bad. Could have been worse. Okay, so Izzy, do you know me? Ray? I mean, just read her words, Ray. You're gonna understand why I'm like sitting here tripping. So Izzy said, my mom and stepdad have bailed me out so many times. Hint, hint. No, you're good. You're good. You definitely had me thinking there for a second. I'm like, oh, okay. No, I mean, that would have been direct quote from my son that I have bailed out so many times. So that's what made it so weird. It's cool. Cool. Because, you know, his girlfriend could come out here and trick me anytime. But I think they know. I'm not one to hold my tongue. I tend to have. I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten much nicer. But yeah. Oh, that was it. You don't be sorry. It's all good. I have bailed him out so many times. Too many times to count. Too many times to not be able to talk to my grandkids or him. Oh, that is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. That's how my girls will always, that's how family should be. And, you know, unless, you know, they start taking advantage of it, then obviously that's a problem. But I know that the older kids look at me now and they're like, why are you doing that for, you know, the 18-year-old? And I'm like, because I can. And it matters. She's a girl. It's all right. All right. It's gonna be what it is. It's not anything I have control over or shocking. But I mean, it is what it is. Nice. Aw. And he sounds like he's a great stepdad. Holy hell. 7 kids to go to college. Wow. Well, that is good. That is awesome. I think that's good family values right there. Definitely. And you seem to be grateful. So I mean, that's a win-win. So it's not like you come on here and you sound entitled or you seem very humble and grateful. So I would say that is good family values and somebody did something right. And it's great that you got a stepdad that stepped into a large family and it was a good person. That's awesome. Are you single or are you married? Do you mind me asking? Do you have kids? Grandkids? Oh. I get that too, actually, Nana. Yeah. And that's hard. Uh, that's a sad situation. Is she still the same way with you now? No kids. Oh no. That's all right. You can enjoy everybody else's. I'll share mine. No, I can't imagine being a single mom and taking care of kids. I'm about to be an empty nester, and it's already got me a little bit worried because at least I had the grandkids here that were still little. Gosh, Nana. So I assume nobody else wants to step up and help you with your mom? Ah, dogs and cats. Yep. Yeah. Well, sometimes those are the best ones to have, nieces, nephews, or friends, because you can love on them and spoil them. And the good thing is you can give them back. Yeah. It is so weird for me, even though I got the 2 girls here. My mother-in-law was always a major pet person, and when I first met my husband, she lived in Kentucky. And she had her house, and she had this whole, like, dog mansion built outside of her house, and it had air conditioning, it had heat, and she would adopt or take in all these stray dogs. At any given time, she'd have 25 dogs at her house. I was always like, Jesus. Oh no. Your coworker stole your dog? Okay. That doesn't sound pleasant. And I know when they get up there in age, it can get even worse with the yuckiness. 'Cause I experienced that with my father-in-law, and I'm not even his kid. Why? What happened? I'm so confused. She knew that he stole your dog before you did? Uh, you can't stay bitter though, Bill. Not everybody is. Not everybody's like that. I know a lot of people that have just fur babies, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm overprotective of my kids. That's the attitude I get from them. They wanted to go out on a walk today, and I'm like, locations are on. Get the eye rolling. Aw, that's awesome. That's all that matters, and that's the good that probably can definitely by far outweigh the bad. Well, yeah, they can't go anywhere without the locations. I gotta be able to watch them and see where they're at. I know. I don't want to be tracked, no, but I want to track them. Like you can't trust your kid. It's not like your kids can go out and do their thing now. I'm scared to even drop them off to go roller skating anymore. Oh, Jesus. That's terrible. Wow. Are they together? And do y'all have kids? Yes, if it was up to these girls, we'd have more than 5 animals that we have now. I do too. All the pets have air tags. Oh, well, that sounds like a hot mess. So, I don't know. Some women can be so yuck. Absolutely. Uh, Ray has a kitten. I think we showed her once that my husband found at the GM plant that the mama cat had left. And there was one that was dead, and then baby cat, that what we call her cat, was sitting there by itself, and the mom wasn't coming back. And my husband brought it home in a little shoebox, and she nursed it and nursed it. And I mean, it was just itty bitty. That cat couldn't walk or nothing. Now our cat's the bully of the house. That's the one who was just jumping at the door trying to get in. That's very true, Bill. It's wholeheartedly a thing. Yeah. That's the problem. How we ended up with a third cat. We went to the pet store. Yeah. As long as it makes you happy. That's all that matters. Really. And the responsibility thing. Woohoo! Let me tell you, these girls had no idea how much responsibility they were going to get when they got all these animals. I think it's kind of rough to not depend on anyone. I think it's a guard. I don't mind. I'm all good with it. I am good. I couldn't wait until I was able to just work up the nerve to get on here and actually start interacting with everybody. When I was recording, I felt like I was just talking to myself. You know that my husband has a sister coming over from New Zealand. I think next week, that a sister he never knew that he had. He thought he was the only child with his father, and then found out that he was in the Navy and he had a daughter in New Zealand. Wow. 100K. I was super stoked about having 1,000. Me and Ray were fist bumping every day, like, yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think I know who Lauren the Insider is. Ian, okay. Yeah. So I got the best two groups because I believe it was Baron and Ian. I couldn't ask for better people. If I mean, let me tell you, she's thought about shouting out to a couple other places. I'm like, oh no, no, ma'am. I appreciate that. Really, I mean, if I could get the other country files, I would do it just for doing it. I could probably do a lot more things to get my channel boosted, but I just enjoy it. And I think obviously the truth needs to be told. I don't know how I'd get the. It was my daughter. It was my daughter. Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. I don't think gender matters as long as people are doing just that. Yeah. I didn't know if they had FOIA. I know that we have FOIAs. I wasn't sure if that was the same for other countries. Guess I'll do some research on it tomorrow. See. S- we were wanting Bill was wanting us to look into Izzy, you can totally tell you're an Ian fan, Ian crowd. I totally know where you're coming from. I love Baron though. Yeah, I mean I do. I told and when Ian and I did I, Ian and I did a video call. That's what I mean. He is the most humble, kind person. And the first thing I told him, because I think the video call was maybe a couple days after my daughter did that, and I was so nervous, and I don't know why, but we did the video call, and I was like, I gotta tell you, Ian, the one thing that I can say for certain is all your people that came over are so very kind. And he was like, I got the best audience ever. Yeah. Uh, Baron's cool. I think he's cool. I've been watching Baron since he started. It's crazy to see that he retired and started going at this full time. He is. Really? Huh. Wonder why. Uh, he's so super smart with that stuff. It blows my mind. And it bothers me that he always says I'm not the smartest person or whatever, because he is actually super smart. Yeah, no, I can see. Yeah. He oh, we were just talking about this not long ago. How he's changed, or sometimes he comes off wrong. Oh no. Okay. I don't know that I'm a fan about summer all year long. I kind of like the winter. And it is odd that it's not available in France. I don't, why would that be? And Ian does all that and pays for all that with his own money. Like, I don't know if everybody understands just how much he truly puts in. And this is why I defend so many people on X. Because when you know things like that, you can't have people can't know this and not say things. When you know. Can't do it. We had so much snow this winter. I mean, typically in Tennessee, we get winters. They're just not real long. And then so we have a day or two of like uber freezing. Then it'll be back up in like 40s and the 50s. But I don't know, they got walloped with snow too. What about boat? Oh goodness. Oh, it does. Yeah, it definitely does. It just doesn't, it's shorter winters, I would say. So like right now, I don't know, I went there a couple weeks ago. We were already back up in the 60s, almost 70s. So it's pretty short. Oh good God. No. Okay. I think even that would be a long flight. You want to live in Hawaii? Oh no. I don't know about Hawaii either. Oh, I'd have to look at a map. Oh, it gets cold. It definitely gets cold. Just not for long. And then if it does get cold and then it even just gets a dusting of snow, it shuts everything down because it's got so many mountains. Yeah. Oof. It frees everybody out. I currently have the air conditioning on now. Just saying. Probably in the 60s. No, it's supposed to get back cold. At 68. And I do have the air on. Oh. Guys, it is 12:30. I did not realize it was that late. So I have got to go. I've got to go to bed. I have so enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. And I will be better prepared tomorrow, hopefully. If I'm not, it is Ray's fault. Just saying. We are blaming Ray. No, it's 68 degrees outside. The air is down to like 66. Oh God. No. 79? Why even turn it on? No. Our air is at 66. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.